Well, Mr. Food was just talking about foods that warms you from the inside. This is the same thing. Angie Horkan here from the Wisconsin Beef Council with some stew recipes. Perfect day for
Today is the perfect day for a nice, slow-cooked beef stew.
And it smells great in here.
And I have 2 new recipes that are delicious. You do want to allocate some time for a good beef stew. So these recipes take about 3 hours.
To cook, not to make.
Not to make, but to cook. Right.
Okay.
Right. You set them, actually, not a lot of prep time. 10, 15 minutes, but then you need a nice stock pot with a tight-fitting lid because you cook stew low and slow.
Okay.
So, and we also have this brand new infographic that's on the website, 3 easy steps to stewing. And the first step is picking your beef cut. So, you know, the simplest way would be in the supermarket, just grab the package of stew meat, which I made these with. And this typically is a bottom round, or a round cut that they chunk up already for you. Which is perfect for these recipes. But you can also buy your round roast whole and chunk it up yourself if you like. This is a bottom round or a rump. You could also buy a top round. And then the third cut that works nice is just your simple chuck roast. So a chuck arm or chuck shoulder. This chuck roast will taste a little bit different than these because it is a chuck, so it'll have a little bit beefier flavor. And chunking this up at home is a little extra work, but it will be more tender than the rounds. The rounds are leaner. But
Okay.
so different options. Now then, slow and slow, so 2.5 to 2 hours, 45 minutes. This first recipe here is called red eye beef stew. It uses coffee, so brewed coffee. So I start with my chunked up stew meat. And another great tip is to do your stew meat in batches. You do not want to crowd it into your pan when you brown it.
So put some in and then the other ingredients and then some more meat.
Right, and then brown it up. And I brown this in flour, a little bit of thyme, and pepper. And then I added 2.5 cups of brewed coffee, a little bit of molasses, a little bit of tomato paste, for some extra flavor, a little bit of Worcestershire, and then you let that simmer 2.5 hours. And then you add your vegetables. So we got pea pods and carrots and potatoes.
You brown the meat first.
Brown the meat first.
Okay, over here?
Over here we have ancho spiced beef stew. This is a little spicy. It's got ancho chilies in it, so it will really warm you up. But then you finish it off with sweet potatoes. You start with your stew meat, and you add 2 cans of Rotel diced tomatoes, which have a little heat to them also, and not a lot of ingredients, and then cumin. You could smell the cumin in there.
I can smell the cumin.
I browned the beef with the cumin on it, so the cumin stuck right to the beef chunks.
That will warm you up.
That will warm you up. It's perfect for today.
The recipe's all online and this new chart?
Yes, and the infographics right online. You can download that, so beeftips.com.
Angie, thanks for being with us today. Stay warm. You can also go on Facebook, right?
Yes, Facebook, Wisconsin Beef. We've got it all there, too.
All right. Thanks for coming in. We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.